Me and my wife were driving her brother to the airport for his 18th birthday trip when he asked me, "Hey, can you pick where we stop for lunch?" I smiled and said, "Sure thing, bud," before pointing at a Chili's off the next exit. We'd been driving for 3 hours. I was starving. Chili's had burgers and bottomless chips. When I looked in the rearview mirror, Weston's face had changed completely. He was staring out the window, jaw tight, silent. "You good back there?" "Nothing." I glanced at my wife, Nadine. She was suddenly looking like the squash nut from Plants v. Zombies, too, gripping the steering wheel like it owed her money. Her lips pressed into a thin line. "Babe, what's wrong?" She made a U-turn without answering me, right in the middle of the highway, literally put everyone in life-threatening danger. "Nadine, what the hell?" I screamed. She wouldn't look at me. Neither would Weston. The car was dead silent for 90 minutes until she pulled back into our driveway and parked. Why were we back home? We were supposed to be going through TSA right now. "Get out," my wife said. "What?" "Get out of the car." I looked at Weston. He was crying. Actually crying. Over Chili's? Over the holiday? I stepped outside. "Can someone please tell me what's happening?" Nadine finally looked at me. Her eyes were cold, empty through the window. "I think you should stay at your mom's tonight." I shot my arms in the air. "What?" She drove off with her brother before I could grab my bag from the trunk. I stood in my own driveway, watching my wife leave me over a lunch recommendation. I called her best friend Paulina, thinking maybe she knew something. "Hey, is Nadine okay? She just kicked me out of the car and I have no idea why." Long pause. "I know what you did. Picked Chili's for lunch? You're unbelievable." Her voice was ice. "After 4 years, that's what you pick? It's a restaurant. It has food. What is happening? Don't ever call me again." She hung up. I was losing my mind. I tried calling Nadine 12 times, straight to voicemail. I texted Weston happy birthday. No response. The next morning, I woke up to a text from my buddy Garrett. Screenshot of Nadine's Instagram story. A photo of her with her ex-husband Dominic at some fancy restaurant. Caption, "Some people just get it." Posted with "We are never getting back together" by Taylor Swift. 4 years of marriage, gone overnight, and she was already with Dominic, the guy who forgot her birthday 3 years in a row? I texted Garrett the whole story. Asked if choosing Chili's was really that bad. His response made my stomach drop. "Bro, you need to seriously reflect on yourself. That's messed up." I drove to Nadine's parents' house that afternoon. Found her in the backyard with Weston and her older sister Monroe. All three of them stared at me like I was a stranger. "Can someone please explain what's going on? I'm losing my mind here." Monroe crossed her arms. "You want to tell him, or should I?" Nadine wouldn't look at me. Weston was still crying. Monroe stepped forward. "Every spouse who marries into this family gets one test. When the youngest turns 18, they ask you for something simple. If you actually know this family, you pass. If you don't, you fail." I blinked. "A test?" "Weston asked you to pick lunch. His favorite restaurant since he was 6 years old is Red Robin. He talks about it constantly. He has a Red Robin shirt. He got a Red Robin cake for his 16th birthday. And you picked Chili's." I didn't know. Exactly. Nadine finally spoke. Her voice was flat, rehearsed. "You didn't know. 4 years of marriage, 8 years of knowing my family, and you didn't know. This is insane. You're ending our marriage because I didn't pick Red Robin?" Monroe shook her head. "We're ending your marriage because you never paid attention. You never cared enough to learn who we really are." "When Dominic took this test," Nadine said, "he picked Red Robin without hesitating. He remembered. Dominic forgot your birthday 3 times. But he remembered my brother's favorite restaurant. That's what matters to this family." I looked at Weston. This kid I'd taken to baseball games, helped with homework, drove to school when he missed the bus. "Weston, seriously?" He wiped his eyes. "I really thought you'd pass." I laughed. Actually laughed, because what else could I do? "So that's it? 4 years? Done. Because of a restaurant." Nadine nodded. "The test doesn't lie." I walked back to my car, sat there for 10 minutes, trying to process how my entire marriage collapsed over a chain restaurant. Nadine filed for divorce 2 weeks later, married Dominic again 6 months after that. The funniest part is that she divorced him 6 months after that because he beat her. I also still have Weston's number saved. Every year on his birthday, I send him a Chili's gift card.